Well, hey everybody. What's up?
Hey.
It is the finale. I think this would be is this the finale or the bonus episode of the holiday special,
Dude,
Nick?
who else do they bring in to like end off a week of crazy stuff? Just like Max, here we are, right?
That's true. We are here.
Yeah.
And let me know, chat. I think that I maybe hit a wrong button. Oh. I think
good?
I hit a wrong button. Maybe? My I'm guessing we're good. My feed is not coming through as live. But there we are. No, we're live now. All right.
Yeah, I think it's looking good.
We're looking good. All right.
Perfect.
Nick, you do the intro. Just go for it.
Hey everybody, welcome to Office Hours. We are off the record this time, but what is today? It is our recap of an incredible week hosted by
Adobe
this
Live.
guy right there.
Oh, and me.
Right.
Yes.
You know? What a week it's been, man. Like, home for the holidays. Talk about it.
I know. So we've been doing literally everything.
Let me interview you for a little bit.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Andrew, tell me, what was your inspiration in Home for the Holidays?
Yes, our friend Sam, who helps to run all of the stuff here on Adobe Live, hit me up and was like, hey, it'd be really fun to do something for the holidays. And I said, I need you to shut your mouth because you just said the words that you want me to produce a holiday special. And so I worked with her for the last few months on producing a holiday special. We got to write all the content, make all the schedules, do all the branding, do all of the things to bring you this awesome content. And I need to make a case study of this because we literally built it from the ground up. And it was a really fun week. Hopefully all of you had fun in chat as well. In chat, you're used to being over here, but today you're all the way over here. So if you see me looking, that's where you are.
I think it's on days where we're both using our computers. Like, yeah, I'm the opposite direction looking at chat.
Yes, gets a little crazy. So chat, let us know if you watched any of the streams this week. What were your favorite? What were your favorites for the holiday special? And if you're forgetting, check it out. We've brought all of the streams to you right here. Pick one of these streams. Let us know which one of these was your favorite. Nick, did you have a personal favorite?
There was one that was all about a recipe.
Oh yeah,
it was an incredible cooking demo.
Yeah, and it was about Rush, right? We used Premiere Rush.
Yeah. Who was the chef? It was an incredible, world-renowned chef now.
Nick Longo, that's what it was.
That's the guy.
Nick, that's the guy. So if any of you have missed anything that has happened this week, you of course can go and check out all of the live streams from the past week by going to behance.net/live. And if you scroll down, you can
find
see,
them out right there.
Are they here?
They should be.
Are
you
they?
on current uploads?
Oh, there's one. There's Illustrator.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, where's current?
Let's see. Go back to the top.
Maybe what's new?
Yeah, what's new? There we go. Now you'll start seeing them.
They exist in here somewhere. You also could probably go to YouTube and look on the Adobe Creative Cloud. But you can check there and watch and recap those. You also can go and get all of the resources. Nick, can you point down for me?
Don't forget that. Yeah, all the resources right here at this link.
Yes.
So each artist put some kind of a freebie or something in there. The one I thought was great was the girl who did the self-portrait Lightroom filters.
Oh yeah, was that
put her presets in there.
Find out who that was.
Yeah.
That was creating self-portrait. There we go, right there. I think that it was Idara. If my memory.
And Paco was hosting it. Yep.
Yes, Paco hosted that. Oh, that makes me so happy.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched I watched every stream this week. Yikes! Caught red-handed. 4K. 4K, y'all. All right, so if you didn't grab those assets, you can grab them all here at the Adobe Live Holiday Special, and the link, again, is right below us, right down here. You can download all those assets. And Nick, in customary fashion, when we do something here on Adobe Live, Office Hours is always just the home of whatever that content was. So what are we doing today for the show?
Yeah, I think it's about like wrapping it up. Ooh, how about that? Wrapping up Home for the Holidays. Come on now.
That should have been our title. We had a missed opportunity there.
I know. That would have been a great one.
The holiday wrap up.
Yeah, we want to do some of the stuff that maybe was like, we want to help finalize maybe a few things. We want to go back into a few of those files and see what was there and maybe even bring them to life. The other thing I want to do is like start making a Christmas card.
Yes.
And I love that everybody tapped into this kind of idea of what can you do that would be a fun giveaway or something to inspire what you want to do around the holidays this time. And I don't know about you, like for years I made holiday cards and I made them by hand. Like I handcrafted every one of them. I haven't done it in like 7-8 years. So
Wow.
I need to catch up. Yeah.
And speaking of holiday cards, a lot of people are saying their favorite stream was the Hochradel episode with my parents.
Oh my God, that was amazing.
It was so fun.
Your mom and dad, first of all, are total naturals. Like the way your mom like introed herself and everything. It was like,
naturals.
well, I was born here, and just like that was so great.
They're so sweet. So awesome. Yes. And for those that are wondering, and I'm surprised that this wasn't a bigger thing in chat. So my family, everyone says Hochradel. And so growing up, my last name was Hochradel. And as I went to college, it changed to Hochradel because people just started saying it that way. So I kind of rolled with it. So you all know me as Hawk, but if you notice yesterday when I'm with my parents, I have to say Hook because they'll get on me about it. So it is Hochradel to them and Hochradel to you.
Is it just totally natural? Like, because I have we have some family members with a different last name, and they have 2 different pronunciations.
Yep.
Based on one of my cousins going to college, and they called him something different.
Yep, exactly.
Like exactly.
So I was Captain Hook when I was in high school, and then I became Hawk when I went to college. So little flip up, right? Right? Little insider information here. All right.
Yep.
We've talked a lot. Let's go ahead and hop in. And Nick, we're going to be going back and forth on our screen, but I want to show you all where I am first, just so you don't get thrown off. I'm going to be working through some of these files and just combining them to create some new assets for you. I'm going to start with the tags that Julia created. And you can just navigate into the folder. Wade is going to drop the link in there and download these tags. And I'm going to mix them with the pattern that I believe Voodoo Val created. I think that we could make some really fun stuff. So there we go. Yeah, fun. Nice. So I'm going to create these and kind of mix and match some patterns. And we're going to flip over to Nick's screen, and he's going to kind of work and walk you through some stuff because he's going to be doing cool 3D stuff. But I'd love for you to download some things and design with us, everybody. You can design with us and then drop it over into the Discord right here. Go ahead, put it in the homework channel right here. And we'll check those out as we go. Yeah, we'll remind you where to do that at the end. It is just discord.gg/ACC is the hot link to get here. So
I love you're making mashups basically.
Yes. Mashups. And then Nick's going to be making like actual cool stuff as he always does on these streams. So Nick, let's go ahead and hop over to your screen and then we'll pop back into mine eventually.
All right, so what I did was I went over to Adobe Stock and I found these were all free vectors that I thought were really kind of cool as inspiring starting points for maybe a holiday card. So like I said, trying to think of like what to do for this season and coming up with something. I even want to do something and actually like send it out and get like a really nice print of these, maybe make 50 to 100 different cards. So I have nothing yet and I was just thinking, what do I do here? So cool thing I saw was this, because I know I want to do that 3D effect. And then I found this here. Oh, is that blanking out? Because of the blue?
Is what?
Is that blanking out on the screen?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Oh, wow. It's weird. On the preview, it totally green screened on this blue.
Oh, I can see that as well. That's hilarious.
Yeah, look at that.
It is because my digital... Hold on. You keep going, and I'll turn off my digital background in Zoom. That's my fault.
All right, there. Oh, it looks like it's good on Behance, so I think we're good. All right, cool. Woo! Good thing that worked okay.
Right.
So anyways, then I found a lot of these neat little like odds and ends and kind of little fun little ornaments and just some images. But what I want to do, and maybe what I need your help with, guys, is... So I'm going to do this all in 3D. I'm going to kind of make a cool little lockup of Season's Greetings, and I'm going to have like hanging ornaments kind of around it. That's kind of the first thought I kind of came up with. But I'm looking at, these are some of the fonts I chose, and I'm wondering if you guys see anything that you like. Keeping in mind, I think, being that these have to be 3D, I don't think they could be too crazy. You want to make sure they're more monoline than like thick and thin, just for readability when you make it into that 3D. So I don't know. What do you like, man? Do you see anything here that you kind of dig?
I'm always a sucker for like the one that has like the little like almost like curly Q hair. So like down like 4 or 5. One
this
more.
One?
That one, yeah. I love the little curly Qs. I think that's like the funnest thing to do.
Yeah, this is called Rumble Brave. It's a really great font. And I believe it has a lot of cool like glyphs here when you kind of highlight. Yeah, like you can get alternatives, which are really kind of cool as well. So it's great. So let's play around with that one.
Yep.
So,
and while you start playing around with that, I just want to show y'all what I'm doing over on my screen. And usually we have the side-by-side screen for these, but like it never looks good, so I just decided not to do it. I grabbed the tag that Voodoo Val had made, right? This nice little pattern. That's
so
really fun,
cool.
right? And I simply selected this PNG that I dragged in, and then went to Object, Pattern, and Make. And then it's going to give me a bunch of options so that I can make this pattern. And now, if I hit Done, which I'm going to change some of these options maybe eventually, but right now it's locked up fine. If I make a shape, it's going to fill it with that pattern that I've created over here in my swatches. So now I have that awesome pattern already in Illustrator. So we created this in Photoshop, but because it was seamless, we can bring it over and make it in Illustrator super quickly.
Oh, it was a seamless one to begin with, right?
Oh, yeah, it was seamless, which makes it way easier on me.
I was gonna say, no, I thought in some way that it made it almost like like just by chance made it look seamless, because it didn't look like it when you had it in the square. But
right.
That's wonderful.
Right.
I knew it did it that way, but
yeah.
wow.
So now
you got wrapping paper.
Yeah, this is what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and off screen when we go back to Nick, I'm gonna try to remove the background so that we can change the background color on here. So I'm gonna do that in Photoshop, but we'll come back to me, Nick. Oh, no, wrong button. There we go. Take it away, Nick.
There we go. All right, cool. So my first thing is I'm already thinking that I want to get a nice lockup of this together. And so for now, I'm gonna go for it and just do create paths here. I'm gonna ungroup, and I want to find that cool little lockup where these will fit nicely together, and maybe even see if there's something cool we can do. Then I'm gonna angle it. We're gonna bring in some of those ornaments, and once it's all together, we'll pop in that 3D effect and see how it's going. But what I'm gonna do here is just kind of like mess around and see if there's something we could do where I think a lot of times the initial kind of cap getting a little bit bigger is kind of neat. It looks kind of cool. I like seeing things look like almost like a puzzle piece. One thing I was noticing when we were doing this the other day in my class is we were putting just stuff together as typed in Illustrator, right? And a lot of times, students weren't going back and finessing it. And one of the things I love to do is really get in there and dissect each piece and find out the best way to get these going and get these, like, you might have to go in there just because it types it out that way might not be the best solution, you know? So I'm just trying to find that nice little setup here where I think everything's gonna look good. The G might have to go a little bit. Let's do this. I'm gonna bring it down like that, and maybe we can put a line in between the two or something, but oh, that's kind of cool. That looks good. There's a nice setup.
Oh, yeah. It's always hard, and like it's fun to have like the extra little swashes, but then they're always a nightmare to lock up. And so you have to add extra stuff like that. And someone in chat is asking, Callie, how do I access the homework channel on Discord? Let me help you. You can go to discord.gg/ACC. And then over here, down at the bottom, there is a channel for homework. And you can just click on homework and then drop it in there. And it looks like, yes, it looks like people are going to be dropping stuff in there. A call to action. Love it. Yes, absolutely.
Interesting. Cool. There we go. So I'm kind of digging that.
Yeah.
It's working. Now I've got a bunch of little ornaments here. I had these and I thought this might be cool, but then I was doing a little bit more search in the Adobe stock world, and I found these guys, which I thought were really kind of unique and Christmassy, and they're also kind of holiday, which is neat if you need to be like kind of like holiday neutral, which I think a lot of us are striving to do with a lot of our designs.
Yes.
You know? So let's get, that one's too similar to that. So let's just use these four for now. But my thought is I want this to look like it's a kind of in a display case, almost hanging down, and they're surrounding it just perfectly. And what we'll do is after the 3D effect, we'll add some like strings to them to make them look like they are hanging. But I definitely want to make sure they are maybe of different scale. So then there's a bit of a depth kind of going on there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
There we go. And then I want to make sure if I'm going to have strings that they're all looking good. So maybe what we could do is even have one go like right there, and that string is going to go in between here. So maybe what we got to do is move this over just a bit so there's some room.
Nick, what was the name of that font?
It was called Brave Rumble.
Brave
Rumble. Rumble Brave.
Rumble
is
Brave.
the name of it. Yeah, Rumble Brave.
It sounds like the name of a transformer, which...
Oh, totally.
Okay, so...
yeah. Bumblebee, Rumble... Yeah.
If you guys have heard already, obviously, I've been talking all week, and so I have a little bit of like some like ickiness going on. And so I think this is going to be... Here, I'll mute the music. This is going to be our sound clip for the day. Here we go. Rumble Brave. It felt like it was just, I had it in there just to give you that.
I love it. I love it. There we go. So let's see. I got to start colorizing these because right now I just have them as black. So let's go. Since I know my background's going to be that baby blue color, I'm going to maybe shoot for this kind of red here. Oh, that's probably, let's see. So we'll go compound path. There we go. Nice. All right. Not bad. Getting somewhere there. These guys, maybe we'll do them in this color, the blue. And since we don't have any green, let's see. What do you guys think? Let's see. So that's enough contrast, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not too vibratory.
So maybe what I'll do, just so these aren't too strong of a thing here, I'm going to make these white for now. Okay. Perfect. So let's give this a shot. I'm going to take this whole thing here and this might slow me down a little bit, but we're going to give it a shot and see. I'm going to extrude it here. So if you haven't tried this out yet, yeah, if you haven't tried this out yet, basically what you're going to do is you can go to Effect, 3D Materials, and you see I already have it open here. And you have a few options. You've got the object first, then you have materials, and then you have lighting. So right now I'm in just object. And what I want to do is kind of do the extrusion here. So if I click this here, let's give this a second and see what happens. There we go. Look at that. We've instantly done some really
so
cool
good
stuff. Isn't that neat? I can see I've already got to figure out a few things there. That seasons has got to be in front of that white panel. So what I got to do is kind of put those white pieces in the back. So I'm just going to undo. And I could probably do this without having to do that. But I'm going to take these and send them to back. So that's Command-Shift left bracket, okay? And all that's done is now put that behind it, because I'm kind of thinking the way that 3D works, all of a sudden your arrangement is really shown. It's really exaggerated. So let's try it again and see what happens here. We're gonna hit the extrude button. Okay, so it looks like we got a little bit better there. These are behind, oh, it's actually way behind. So isn't that neat? You can see the border.
Yeah.
Let's see if, okay, so can we edit here? Yeah, okay, perfect. So this has to be front. So I'm gonna go this. Let's see. Let's get the red going, just the greetings. Can I get that here? Yep. Oops. Wow, we're just gonna have to do it this way. All right, so this is first. These guys, I'll ungroup. And, oh, it's because I did it in the, I did a compound path.
Yes, and Nick and I were having literally the exact same issue at the exact same time. So I'm over on my screen, and you can see that I've applied all of these patterns to these fun little things. And I was trying to do the same thing, Nick, to where I was trying to make a compound path to punch this out. And I was like hitting it, and I was like, why is this not working? And I'm trying to like hit the hotkeys and do all the clicks and use the Pathfinder, and it wouldn't work. And then I realized, it's just because there's two of them. It's just because I had accidentally made a copy. And now if I come in here, boom, easy. Command 8 is the hotkey that I'm using for that. Super easy.
There you go.
So I want to show you all.
Great, dude.
Right? I want to show you all something really quick before we head back to Nick. And that is, let's say that I have, I want a little more diversity in the patterns that I have. I have these two patterns. They're great, but they're all scaled the same. It looks too similar. I can actually select both of these and then go to my scale tool, which is just S right here. So I'm going to get the scale tool, and then I'm going to hit enter. And from here, you can see that it's actually scaling the shapes right now. And what we want is we want to keep this at 100. And then we want to turn off scale corners. We want to turn off scale strokes and effects. We want to turn off transform objects and only leave transform patterns on. And watch this. You can scale the pattern inside the shape.
That's so great.
I didn't realize that you could do that. So you can scale inside the shape. So let's say we want it at 40% of what it is. And you can also do the same thing with the rotate tool. So let's say I want these trees to be straight across. I can grab the rotate tool, which is just R, and then hit enter. And again, just transform patterns, don't transform objects. And as I turn this, you can see that it's just turning the pattern inside, and it is the same pattern across the way, right?
Mind blown.
Right?
Is that new, or has that always been
there? It's so old, and like I just discovered it too.
God.
And I would have made so many copies of this pattern and then clipped it in and done that whole thing. And now I'm like, oh, I don't ever have to rotate anything again with patterns. I can literally just spin the pattern to however I want it, and then boom, Now those trees are perfectly upright.
So I always knew the scale was that, you can lock the proportion of certain things, but I had no idea you can just affect the fill that way.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
And the cool thing is, because it is the same pattern, if I wanted to, we can do the trick where we replace the pattern, right? And all you have to do that trick is to grab whatever you want your new pattern to be, and just hold Alt or Option and drag it over the existing box. So let me undo this real quick. So yeah, you can see that we have these. It will update, and I believe, hold please, I believe that it will keep our options of the rotation on there. So, oh, I didn't do it right. So I'll hold Alt or Option, drag over. There we go. So yes, it does. See how these are going at that angle, and then this one is at a harsher angle? It has kept the scale and the rotation, even though we replaced the swatch.
Now, if you go to one of those solid colors on the right and do the same thing with the rotate, that option, does content disappear because it's just a solid?
No, it only works for patterns. So it will.
That's what I mean. So do you even get a click box on the option menu?
That's a good question, Nick. You do.
Oh.
And if I do it, nothing happens because there's no pattern in there. Oh, gotcha. But hold on, let's try this. So if we set it to 20%, okay, we hit okay, and then we put the pattern in. Okay, it didn't do it. It didn't do it. So it doesn't assign the augmentation to the actual shape. It does it to the actual pattern. Man. So you have to have that pattern in first.
It kind of goes to show you, almost anytime you get a menu box or a dialog box like that appear, look at some of those other options that you never click on.
Click everything. Click everything. And then I'm going to go and kind of augment these colors a little bit, add some overlays on them while we go back to Nick. This is a fun back and forth. I like this.
I like this. So I'm going back to this, and I'm making basically, so this is going to be on top of that. This will be on top of that, and then this will be on top of that. So I'm hoping now, when I do a quick render here, let's take a quick look. I think they're in the right order because I want those planes, those white planes, to be in the middle. So it looks right, but look at what that plane is doing to. It doesn't look like it's actually centered too well. So maybe we don't even need them, huh?
And it may be better to maybe better to extrude them separately.
Yeah,
even to do like two extrudes so that you have more control over it, because then you can extrude it less.
Oh, that's true. That's not a bad idea. So let's see. I'm going to bring them back, but let's grab just these without those guys, and let's do the extrude and see what happens. Okay. Ooh, nice. Okay. So now if I take these two guys,
I think this will work, but I also think this might not work. Okay, it kind of worked, but now we have control. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gone.
Yeah.
We're the creative directors last time I checked, so let's
yeah. Give me some feedback. I don't hate the idea, but I don't love it.
Yeah. So this is neat too, because I like this idea that even though I did this all together, they're still separate pieces. And so I can see where this is going and how this is going to look and everything. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring my cool little art over here. But to match what I have with that angle, I'm going to skew I'm not going to 3D the clouds, but what I am going to do is kind of like angle them in that same position. So I'm just going to use the shear tool and kind of like ramp them like that. Do you see what I mean?
Yep.
I just kind of, all I wanted was see if that would work. We'll make it a little bit bigger. Let's see here. What happened? It looks like it got a little bit funky there, didn't it? Oh, there it is. Okay. And let's just make a box that would be my, kind of like my card. And I'm going to make this, mask that. So now I have those at an angle, just enough to kind of show off and see like, yeah, that might work.
Yep. And we have a question in from Shantae Sneed. That's a great name.
Ooh, great name.
I have a question. Also, Shantae, I don't think we've seen you here.
New.
Hello, Shantae. Welcome to Adobe Office Hours. We're here live, and we love interacting with you live. So thanks for asking a question. Be sure you join our Discord, because we're here every week. And Shantae says, how do I full screen and then have the video landscape? I'm watching from my... on Behance. I don't know if you can have the video and the chat up at the same time on Behance on the phone. I think if you full screen it, it will take away the chat. So you may need to be on a desktop is the answer to your question.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And Leah Quinn, who I feel like is another new name. Hi, welcome. You'd create some interesting effects with different levels of extruding in terms of 3D space. Yeah, you can. You really can like play with the dimension of things.
Yeah, this is great. So I'm just working with the lighting right now and trying to get something in there that's kind of like, so we got diffuse on, so you have intensity, you have rotation, you have the height, you have the softness. The ambient light's kind of neat too, so let's see if that's gonna help kind of soften a little bit too. Maybe a little bit too soft there. Let's see. Okay.
And then I'm taking my tags to the next level. We have, so they look great. We've added some color variations to them. And what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to take this coloring sheet that Kyle T. Webster made, and I'm going to fill it in with some color and then use it as kind of just like a little textural pattern on some of these and kind of crop it in.
Oh,
so if you don't have this, you can go and grab it again at the link that is going to be below us in a second. But you can go in and you can download this as a PDF and color it in to your heart's content to have some fun. Right down there is the link to where you can grab that and you can design along with me. And we're just going to open this in Illustrator and then probably turn on Live Paint and play around with it in that way. Oh, it's already vectors. Kyle, you're too good to us.
Oh man!
All right, Nick. What are we looking at for your card?
Yeah. So notice here, I was looking at these and I'm like, the ornaments extruded maybe quite a bit too much. So they're at 0.69. So I just popped in here, made it 0.25, and you can see automatically they have a little. They feel like a little bit more realistic, like almost like woodcut, which looks really, really neat. And maybe what I'll do is even on this guy, they don't have to be that much. So maybe here I'll just make it maybe like 0.4. There we go. So now we're getting a little bit more breathing room. I think that looks good. This is so neat that you're literally in 3D, but you can actually, you're editing just as comfortably as you would if it was like just normal stuff on Illustrator, which to me is like, this is like one of the best parts about the way it works, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
So cool. This is great. I just love this.
And if you guys haven't seen this, Kyle's illustration he did with the vector brushes, and so it's actually all vector. We have lines for literally everything, and so I'm literally just going to convert this into a live paint so that I can kind of paint it in with the bucket. And the way to do that is I'm going to make a copy of this, because once you make it live paint, it will no longer be accessible. We are going to go to Object, and we are going to go down here to Live Paint, and then hit Make. And you'll see that it will think about it and it will make it into a live paint. It's pretty intense because it has a lot of points. There we go. And then from there we can hit K, and K is the paint bucket tool, and that's going to allow us to just select any of these areas and start plugging in color. So I'm going to start coloring this.
That is so cool.
Right? Dude, it's going to be so easy. It's going to be like paint by numbers. So I'm going to start coloring this, and Nick, it looks like you're getting pretty close on yours.
Yeah, so basically went in there and started working on the shadow and the lighting source as well. So you can see here, when you click here and you go to shadow, once this is clicked on, watch the difference. You can see it's adding a little bit of shadow. You have distance from the object, so you can actually make it feel like it's floating off of the actual piece. So I kind of like that idea too, but for the way the clouds look, I don't think there should be too much on here. Then you have the shadow bounds. So this is kind of like, as it grows, it can kind of continue to get higher and higher away from that as well. You also have behind object or below object. So if you're doing something a little bit more where the surface is below it, that would look great. But since our surface is kind of behind it, I'm going to go in that realm as there and see how that looks. So we're getting somewhere. It's kind of cool. I think maybe what I'm going to do is even like darken this background. And right now, I believe it's just a radial fill. But one of the best things to do is go into edit and color and go to recolor your recolor artwork here. So basically what this is going to do, and I always hit the advanced options. So when you're here and you hit edit, right now from this slider, I can make this more dark or intense. I can make it brighter and lighter. So I'm actually, it's almost like, imagine it as this like just simple filter to get it where you want it to be. Now here's something cool too. I can just pump up the cyan, and get the yellow down. I know how, like, you like that one?
Yes.
I knew that was coming. I couldn't just overpass.
You said it and you're like, let's keep going. And I'm like, no. Let's definitely laugh at you pumping up the cyan.
Exactly. The cyan car here. That's great. Now, again, this is the coolest part of editing is I can, look at this. go into the red zone, and maybe it actually works better that way. But this is a cool little area to just mess around with your color and see if you can find something kind of cool just by doing a few clicks, and it does it universally. Whatever you have selected, it will do that too.
Yep.
So again, I could do it to this if I needed to or not. But
and I like that you can play around with individual things. Speaking of colors, I'm going to show a lot of people are saying that they don't know about the paint bucket tool. So live paint tool, we have selected our artwork that we have, right? And then we've gone into object, live paint, and hit make. We also can change the gap options, and that basically is figuring out what areas, like how it's designating areas. And so you can actually see in red where it's finding the gaps right now and where it's shutting stuff down. So if you change those settings, it has 61 gaps and it will fill those for us. So that's where things aren't touching, but there's a gap that it can kind of estimate and fill. And from there, once we have it converted, we can simply grab K, which is our paint bucket tool over here. And as we hover over it, we can see that there are all these different spaces. Now, the greatest thing about the paint bucket tool is a cough, is that we can select a color over here, right? So this red, my goodness, and then just click. There we go. Click on our letters and boom, that's great. But let's say that we want to flip over to another color. And I don't know why this isn't the standard on so many other tools, but we can use the left and right arrows to cycle through our swatches. So you can see over on the right there, it is literally cycling through the swatches. So we can go to this blue and drop it in here, and then we want to go to our gold down here, and then back to our red over here. So it is the quickest way, like, of anything to be able to just really quickly fill in colors and shapes. The problem is it is kind of vector. You can't edit the actual fields anymore, so it's not super usable for editing. But if you're just coloring something, use live paint and then paint bucket it. It's so much faster than trying to do it otherwise.
That's so neat that you could toggle through the swatches like that. I think here again, the paint bucket fill seems to be from day one, right? It's been in Illustrator forever. But to see these other options that it has just by digging a little deeper into the option panel, it's crazy.
Right? It's absolute magic.
That's really cool. And also, you know, I don't know if we've shown it too much since the last update, but the select all or the select all kinds of certain things has really gone to a whole new level now, because you can select font, you can select weight, you can select, you know, it used to be just stroke and fill, right?
Yep.
Select same stroke and fill. So for this, if you want to select all those reds that you got them all over the place, that select all is a really great feature. Yep,
super easy. So I definitely want everybody, like, go download this right now, convert it to a live paint, and then pick your palette and just go to town. Like, go crazy with it. Why not? There's no rules.
Yeah.
Go for it.
And it's actually making, so right there, when you did the E one, that was basically filling in the gap, even though there is no black line there.
Yep. Yeah. So it's basically figuring out that, like, hey, this looks like the edge.
Yes.
And so it has, okay, there we go. It has literally just figured out, like, hey, this looks like an edge, so let's make it an edge. And it looks like I'm actually missing a piece right there. And so we can just fill that in.
Adobe Sensei.
Adobe Sensei technology.
Figuring out where you left off.
Right? It's the future. And yes, it's so good. The chat is saying, yes, it's so good, and not a lot of people know about it. So go and make your own coloring sheet and then post it over on Discord. We want to see them.
That is so great, dude.
Where are you going with yours, Nick? It looks like we're...
So, yeah, I was like, okay, so I want to bring in some of these strings that we were thinking that might work here as well, like that are hanging these. So the first thing I did was just built myself a little key line here in white, and I'm gonna actually just try a little trick here with the drop shadow and see. So basically right now I've got the offset is here, so if I need to go negative, there it is. So see how it brought the drop shadow over to the left side, which is kind of cool. If you need to actually edit it, it's right here in appearance. So you just scroll down, you click on drop shadow, you get the same thing. So I'm negative 0.09. It looks like it's a little too far away. So let's go negative 0.02 and then 0.02. And then let's see, 0.02 here. There we go. So see what it did? It kind of gave it a great little drop shadow. Looks like it's there. If I wanted to go a little bit further away, let's try this again. I think it would be, since that's the negative, let's go here and go 4. There we go. Look at that. So it actually looks like it's a great little drop shadow. If it's too dark as well, we can do that again. Just take the 75, bring it down to like 50. that looks good as well. One thing I love about using the drop shadow is when you make another line and you go back up to effect, if you hit apply drop shadow, it's gonna kind of give you the same effect, what it remembered when you go here. So here's, oh, it actually didn't save it. Look at that. Let's try this again.
It didn't?
So
I feel like all effects usually save like that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna click the one that's that. Let's go here. We'll go back to effect and apply. Yeah, it didn't hold it.
Huh.
I've never seen that before.
I've never seen that. Mine always does that.
Is my 3D just taking all the memory away?
You broke it.
So let's go back to here. So we'll go back to this one. What can we do? The eyedropper? Would that do it?
You can do
Nope.
You can do a graphic style if you want.
Oh, that's true. All right, cool. So if we click on this, and then here's where I say, oh, no, don't want to do that. Let's go strap this down here. We'll open up that. Now, so this is, how do we save this one as a style or as a...
So hit OK.
Yeah.
And then we can go to graphic styles, which is over on the right below where you are.
Okay.
Actually, it's the tab. No, it's the tab right next to appearance.
Tab to appearance.
Up, left, right there. And then hit plus.
Good. There we go. Perfect.
And that should make it so that it works. Now,
So
if you select an object and then click on that, it should reassign.
Hey. Look at that.
Got
We're
it.
getting there.
Yes.
Love that. Looking good. All right, cool. So let's grab this guy here. Oh, look at us. Perfect. And then we need one more for this guy, and we'll send him to the back because I think we want it to go kind of behind. Or maybe it can go in front. Nah, we'll go behind. So let's go this one, copy, and we'll put it in front of this. Let's see. That should work. There we go. So it's behind it. That looks great. We'll take this. Graphic styles. Perfect. So cool.
And if you saw me all getting giddy over here, look at how fun it is.
Oh, dude, his drawings are like, that's so cool.
They're just the best. They're just the absolute best.
It reminds me of old, It's a Small World meets like something else.
Yes. Yes. It's very like Mary Blair kind of vibes. I 100% agree.
It's like an old book you would have had. Like, I don't know. It's just such a great feel. Look at the little dog. That's awesome. Hope it's a dog.
Yay. That's a dog with a little top hat. Oh, it's a little parade hat.
Yep.
Oh. So I'm actually going to probably stop here and try to crop some of this in to some of the tags so that we have some there. And yes, somebody mentioned we are going to be giving these to you at the end of the stream. And you can download them at the link that is right below us right now. There is a link down there, and that link will send you. It is bit.ly/Adobe Live Holidays is the link right down there. Our moderator will drop it in there.
Right.
And it will land you right here. And this is where you can get all of the different assets. So Kyle's coloring page is in, let's see here, Kyle T. Webster right here, coloring page. So there are different assets for each day and each stream that we've done. We also are going to have one made for office hours right here, office hours holiday special. That's where Nick and I will drop our stuff in there. Nick will drop in his really cool 3D card. I'll be dropping in the versions of these tags that I've created so we can kind of remix them a little bit. So they will all exist there for you once we are done. Nick, you've made a copy, which means that you're going to do something crazy. What are we doing here, Nick?
I was just going to think of maybe doing the inside of the card. Like, you know, so I'm imagining this is going to be a folded, typical greeting card, folded on the spine here. So like, imagine if this was the white back here, right? This is kind of what I'm thinking. It'll be a nice bleed. This will probably just say white. This is, you know, what's kind of cool too is like on the back of a card is a great opportunity to put maybe your logo or, you know, brought to you by, and put your studio name or something kind of fun.
Oh yeah.
It's always kind of neat to do, you know? I always love that. But I'm gonna do something quick. Let's see what a rendering will look like. Now, don't look at my video because it will probably slow down. But let's take a quick look. I'm gonna grab all the 3D effects here. And this little render button, let's see. Is it already clicked? Let's see.
And while Nick's computer explodes, we'll come over to mine for a second.
Go back to yours.
So I did a version of a crop in on this with like the face, and I hated it because the letters were in the background. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab, I'm going to undo everything I did because I need to make a copy of it. I'm gonna grab this whole design here and make a copy of it, and then I'm just gonna use the Lasso Tool. Nick, have you ever used the Lasso Tool in Illustrator? Okay.
Yes.
So a lot of people don't know about this either. There is a Lasso Tool right here in Illustrator. It's just Q if you want, and I only want to have the person, and so I'm basically gonna click and drag around everything that is not that person. So we're clicking and dragging around, trying to go over all the paths that I want to get rid of, really. And then we'll come back around here and just close it out. So you can see that it's selecting a lot of paths, and some of them I didn't get all of them. But what we can do is we can hit delete, and it will delete everything that's selected, and then delete again, and it will kill everything that was a part of those shapes. And look, we got like a pretty clean selection on that. Let's do the inside real quick.
That would take you probably 2 hours to do if you were actually in there like cutting.
Oh,
and,
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing in here? Get out of there.
Look at that.
So the Lasso Tool, quickest way to like do super quick stuff. And you know what? Let's take all of this out so we can have just the character. I think that would be nice to have a little isolated version of just the character, and the dog's gonna go too.
Don't you dare get rid of that dog. Look at that.
He gone. We're gonna leave the thing on the hair, and then let's get rid of the and there, and now we have a character. Boom, super quick using that Lasso Tool.
It's almost like the healing brush for Illustrator.
Yes.
Right?
Very
Where
much
you
so.
can actually kind of get rid of things and stuff. Like, that's pretty amazing.
Yep, and what's great is now that I have this, I can grab this piece here, and again, I'm gonna make a copy so I have it, and then I can make this into Object Live Paint and make it into a live paint, and now I can go in and fill it in with the fun colors or whatever so that I can make it like a sticker.
Very cool, dude.
All right,
awesome.
Nick, are we gonna blow up your computer?
Oh no, I don't think it's even gonna let me because here's the render. Now it's on. Okay.
All right.
Oh,
you turned on your renders?
No, it's funny. It won't allow me to do more than one. So like I have. What if I group it? Would that be the way to do it? Because let's see. If I go 1, 2, 3. Oh, you're right. It has to be grouped. I remember this on one of those things. So let's see. No, the render thing doesn't show up. So if I go just one, it shows up. Interesting. Okay, so all render is gonna do is actually kind of like go in and it's on a low res kind of render prior to it.
Yep.
But when you click on that, it actually does a little bit more shading, a little bit tough to see what's on there, but I'm gonna turn it off and it goes to a little bit more of a, yeah, there it is. You can see the lo-fi version of it, which is kind of like, just so you can work on it, you know, which is kind of nice. But I think the cool thing I was thinking of doing too is since I've already got something, why not make a to and from card with the same kind of vibe?
Aww.
You know? Let's do that, right?
That's really fun.
So the whole idea is like, you know what a to and from card looks like. It's like the Best Buy logo, right? You got to have like the old style thing.
It's like so the Best Buy logo.
I think of everything like that. So you know what I'm talking about. It's this, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's basically like this. And so what's cool about having the same assets and everything, if I just take this over here, bring this here, duplicate it. Let's get it a little bit smaller so it's going to fit our little piece here. And then with that over it, I'm just going to do Command 7. Boom. Got myself a little gift tag ready to go.
What does Command 7 do?
That is mask. So that's the fastest way to do with anything on top. If you have a top image, let's say that's your mask, put that over anything, grab them both. Command 7 will do that. Command 7 and Command 8. Probably the biggest.
Yeah, Command 8 I know is compound path. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. So let's do this. So let's get rid of this guy here. And maybe since we want to and from here, we got to leave a little space for it. So I'm going to grab just this stuff, bring it over, bring it to the front. Man, I tell you, shortcuts. I love that everybody has different shortcuts that they've mastered. You know, it's kind of funny how like the ones I have, people will be like, wait, what was that again? And I'm like, wait. No, you have better, like, your shortcuts are so much more advanced than mine.
I like when it starts getting into like 3 or 4 keys and you're like Command, Alt, Option, Shift.
Exactly, yeah.
That's how you know you've made it, y'all. If you're hitting those hotkeys that are just full combinations.
So I'm just going to take this cool little trick too, is you can go into stylize, you can feather that a little bit, which is kind of nice. So I'm just going to bring it up a little bit like that. Give it a softer edge, which does I like the little tricks that kind of bring Photoshop elements into Illustrator very quickly, you know?
Yep.
Which is kind of fun. So we'll do a little to and a little from, and I'm gonna go and find that. What was that font again? Rumble. There it is.
Rumble.
Rumble Brave.
Rumble Brave.
Tonight at WWC.
Yes.
Whatever.
Sunday. Rumble Brave.
You know it has been a long day when you hear us this way. That's
Yes.
kind of the funnest part. All right, cool.
Control Z. Yes. Chat, what is your favorite hotkey combination? Let's get some crazy ones in there too if you have them. What's your favorite hotkey combination?
Favorite or most used? I think either one's kind of good, right?
Yeah,
like,
either, yeah.
Most used for me is create outlines. Like I am Command Shift O.
I think mine's probably X and D by flipping colors or resetting colors.
Great idea. Yeah.
All right, I'm almost done coloring this in, and this is like
how's it
kind of
looking?
fun. I'm just gonna leave this on the artboard for y'all, because it's really fun. Let me flip over and I'll show you. Oh, we only got 10 minutes left in the stream. Hotkey roulette, yes. Paul Training has a good tip for making your own custom hotkeys. Start everyone with Command Alt Control. That doesn't exist by default, and then you can pick a letter. That's a great idea. If you want to do something custom and crazy. Ooh, let's cover that next year in our course. We can cover custom hotkeys.
Love that idea. That's great.
All right, so let me flip over here. I'll show you all what I'm working on. Ooh, that type is really fun.
Isn't that fun?
I'm almost done coloring. This has just been a fun coloring stream. I have a couple more things that I want to add to color this in with. We're gonna give. I think I hate that, but like we'll try it. Let's do a candy cane stripe on the top. I think that would be fun. So I'm coloring this in, and then I'm going to crop it into our little what are the words that I want? Tags. And the great thing is, even though this is already a live paint, if I want to delete something, I can still do that. It's going to take a little while because it's reassessing the live paint. But if there is a mistake like this little line, you can delete it. So it's not completely uneditable.
That was a stroke from Fresco.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so it's not completely uneditable, but it is a little more difficult to edit once you've started. So let me add in these last couple pieces, and then boots should be gold, right? Boots are gold?
I think so. You're keeping a limited color palette too, right?
Yeah. Let's do like red on top, and then maybe the socks are red.
Oh, now you're just asking for
That's
it.
too much. Maybe the socks are blue. That's fun. It should be the opposite way. All right, so let's do like little elf shoes, and then we can do the socks underneath are gold. All right, I'm not mad about that. All right, so this is pretty much done, and I'll leave this on there for you. It's so cute. And from here, we can literally put this in, and we're just going to make a copy hitting Alt or Option.
Oh, with the orange skin?
Well, I know. I don't know what happened with the orange skin.
It's transparent, right?
Yes, but what I can do is I can grab this, and because I forgot to fill that in, I can come in here and just fill it in with white, and then you can see now I've got a nice background, which is what I want. Cool. Maybe right here we'll add another background right there. And then we're going to send this to the back by right-clicking, going to Arrange, Send to Back. And then we'll just grab both of these and make a clipping mask. And there we go. Now we've got this nice little shape. If we wanted to, we could make a copy of it. And then we can have a color background that we could use. And maybe we make the background, right? That light color.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Okay.
I love those.
Yes,
songs.
you keep going, Nick. We got about 6 minutes left. I'm going to do the dog because I feel like we need the dog in there.
Oh, yes, you got to get the dog in there.
Yes.
So all I was doing was I wanted to just mess around. This is one of my favorite fonts. It's called Peach Milk. I just love the hand-drawn.
Oh my gosh,
kinda...
peach milk sounds so good. That's
yeah.
Like the idea of like strawberry milk, but then like peach milk.
Peach milk. Yeah. Why not? Why does that not exist, right?
Somebody make peach milk.
I'm just using the touch type tool. What's neat here is it's this last one here in your type menu. And I think we might have shown this before, but the neat thing about this is still live text, and it allows you to make all these funky things to it by tilting it, doing scaling, but also once it's highlighted with your arrow keys, I can reposition this anywhere I want, which is as cool as just like, this is just the neatest little trick.
Touch type is the coolest thing that like I've discovered in the last
Isn't
year.
This great?
Yeah.
And so watch, when I unclick, this is still totally editable, right? So it's like, you can put in other words, and it's like, to me, this is just the coolest thing. You haven't lost, because how many times have you created the outline and then you're like, that's a brand new font, I don't remember what the name was, like, and you're like, now you're searching through your entire font menu. But to keep it live and actually do something cool like this is really, really fun. But
Thanks, Alex Lazarus.
I love that.
Alex Lazarus is the one that taught me that. And maybe you taught that to him,
Yes.
but I give him credit.
Oh, I think we discovered it. I was like, wait, because I had seen it on another stream, I believe. So him and I were on his stream, and yeah, that was a pretty unique find, man. It's really, really something cool. Where are you at, man?
Do we make this dog white? Like, is this a little white dog?
Oh, yes, like a Scottish Terrier.
Yeah,
right?
and then
like
maybe his back legs can go to a nice little gray.
Yes.
To give it some dimension like that. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's so cute.
This is like the new mascot.
I know, and I made sure that I made the hats the same so that it's like he stole a little hat, of course.
Okay, there you go.
And then let's put him maybe jumping on this one and like turn it to the side.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Here we go. So we're going to make a copy of this, and I'm going to hit Control-Shift-V to paste in place and paste on top. And I'll use that to make a nice little clipping mask. And now we have the background color, which I don't think that we used. Let's use this dark red. I hate that. Let's use this light blue. Yeah, that's better. And we can have him just leaping away. Oh, he's so cute.
Oh, he needs to be an ornament, dude. That is legit.
He does. Okay, you keep going with your ornaments. I'm gonna make him into an ornament. And yeah, we have about 4 minutes left on this stream, and we're just going today. It's just a fun stream, so we'll recap where you can get all this stuff once we're done.
Now, I have the worst luck in making things randomized. I don't know about you, but like when you're trying to do a random pattern or something kind of unique and fun, why not let Adobe figure it out for you? So I'm just gonna take these 5 little images and kind of just make a simple arrangement. Notice I'm going in like different scales. One's quite big. We'll make this one a little bit smaller. And it doesn't have to fit a certain square or anything. I'm just finding a unique kind of way for these things to live. So the best thing you could do is, here I'd go like this. I'd be like trying like, oh, let me move this here. And then next thing you know, I'm making quite a mess. But if you actually do go to pattern and the new make tool, which is really cool, you're gonna get this quick little thing here, but don't fret. You go right into here, and here you got grid by row or brick by row. You've got brick by column. And then as well, you can work with spacing a little bit here too as well. So I'm gonna try to find the one that I think has the overlap is kind of neat. Now that's kind of very cool. I like that. Go into here. Now look at this. I can basically manipulate where they are right now, even scale. And I'm playing in this little kind of space here, but note how it's applying it to the entire pattern, which is kind of unique and cool. When you're done, you just hit done here, and basically it is now showing up kind of like how you had showed with yours, even though you did yours with like a JPEG and a PNG. Look at what happens when you do it with this as well. So I'll make it even a little bit smaller so you can see when you make this bigger. Let's go back here. There we go. Imagine all of the wrapping paper you can make this holiday season.
There's so much wrapping paper, and guess what? We're giving this all to you so you can make your wrapping paper.
There you go.
We're going to be uploading this again right after this stream, which is literally coming to an end pretty much right now. But let's recap. I want to show you kind of what I did as well. I'm just going to save out this entire file for you. So you'll have these fun gift tags over here, but then also some of these fun variations and these remixes by Kyle. I also made him a little sticker ornament if you want to make it a little ornament, right? It's so cute.
Oh, think of an enamel pin.
Oh, little enamel pin. I also put him on the drum because I just thought that was really fun.
Perfect.
So you can have all these. They are all separated out. And I did want to show you one more thing real quick. And that is if we have this guy, right, who is a live paint, you can actually come in and go to Objects and Expand. And it's going to expand that for us. And so now it is fills, but it is only fills by the area that it had expanded, if that makes any sense. So it basically is now editable again, but it is only like these are full fills right there.
I love that, dude.
So I'll save this out for you guys. And Nick, where can they find these assets that we're going to be dropping?
On our Discord channel. Oh, no, actually, Creative Cloud.
Yes, so you can go right here at bit.ly/Adobe Live Holidays. We'll drop the link in Discord for you as well. And I want to see what you all create. It looks like Nick has actually started something, so let's hop into Discord. And I believe that these are from, I think Anika maybe was doing these. But these are assets. Oh, maybe this was Anna. This might have been Anna McNaught. Made some assets that you can create a holiday composite. So great job using those assets. Again, you can get them all at the link bit.ly/Adobe Live Holidays right down below us. Nick, let's preview for next week because you know we love to do that. What are we talking about next week here on Office Hours?
Oh, we're going to debunk one of the biggest things ever, the word freelancer.
Freelancer.
Don't call me a freelancer. I've been here for years.
Yes. So next week's episode is called Don't Call Me a Freelancer, and it's going to be a really interesting conversation. We're going to be talking about freelance, in-house, all the fun stuff, and whether you are anywhere in your career. I mean, literally wherever you are, we'll be able to be here. And yes, my sweater. Okay, I'm going to literally use the next 30 seconds for this. My sweater is like literally an official Microsoft Paint like holiday sweater. I'm very proud of this sweater. It's a great sweater. So that's how we're going to end the stream, is with the Microsoft Holiday Paint holiday sweater. And thanks so much for joining us. Happy holidays, everybody. Nick, do you want to land us out?
Yeah. Take some of these assets, make something fun for your family and friends, and share it with us. Let us see it.
Yes.
We'd love to see what you guys make up with it.
Yes. Now go have a great weekend. Happy holidays. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.